Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I will tell you about a Taiwanese national getting arrested for assaulting a trans person. I'll talk about a Filipino vlogger in hot water getting some backlash for mishandling some tarsiers and much more. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, take a quick second, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, let YouTube know you're enjoying this video. Let's get into our top stories. This story happened in Cebu City a couple days ago. I was gonna bring it to you guys, but there's a lot more important information in the past couple of videos. So a Taiwanese national got jailed for allegedly physically assaulting and pushing off a trans woman who he accused of catfishing and trying to rob him. Based on initial findings from the police, the 32-year-old foreigner and the 29-year-old trans met in a dating app and agreed to meet in a motel in downtown Cebu City. However, the Taiwanese allegedly tried to call off the meeting when he discovered his match was a trans woman. The trans woman, in response, reportedly cornered the foreigner with the help of a friend and asked to give him 10,000 pesos instead. When the man refused, the group then took his smartphone and wallet, prompting him to attack the trans woman by pushing her, causing her to fall and hit her head on a corner of a table. The trans woman's friend retaliated by allegedly pushing the foreigner from the second floor of the establishment. The foreigner suffered bruises due to the fall. Here's a reminder, in Southeast Asia, Philippines, Thailand, these countries, there's a lot of trans women. It's really, especially on dating sites, right? So if you're dating in the Philippines and Thailand, especially, you guys got to remember, if you're not into trans people, if you don't want to meet a trans person, even if the woman looks like a woman, whatever, you have to be sure, you have to ask. Don't be shy, don't be scared to offend somebody. It's better to be safe than sorry, because you don't want to be in a situation where your life is in jeopardy if you're offending somebody else or making someone feel bad for who they want to be, all that stuff. Regardless, it's your due diligence to make sure, always keep track of everything on your phone and the email, whatever you got to do, because stuff like this could happen to you if you're a foreigner or a local that wants to date somebody and turns out that the date goes the wrong way. And if you're a trans person, please let the people know right off the bat. Like, don't be shy, don't be scared. Don't think they're gonna suddenly like you. Trust me, if a man does not want to deal with trans people, they will not deal with them. So no matter how pretty you are, how kind you are, how funny you are, it's not gonna matter. If they find out you're trans, they don't want to deal with you, you really are putting yourself in a position where the guy might really become violent. I've heard of stories where people actually get killed for telling a person they're trans after meeting or after having sex, all that stuff. Yeah, this is just one story, but as a foreigner, as a local, as a human being, you got to communicate, be open, let people know, because it's better to hurt someone's feelings than to get yourself thrown off a balcony and put in jail. Now, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Right now, it's he said, she said, but I think to get to the bottom of this, it wouldn't be too hard, right? Just look at the phone records, look at the text messages, pictures, go on a dating app, but I just don't know how much resources the police have to dedicate to a story like this. In my opinion, I'm going to just be honest, I feel like I believe the guy in this case, because I would not want to be put in jail over 10,000 pesos. So I feel like he's really taking a stand, basically. Plus, I wouldn't want my name and my face out there, all that stuff, if I was simply, because there's a lot of people doing all kinds of stuff, nobody's judging them. So it just doesn't make sense to me from the woman's side. Not saying they could be wrong, but just from a random guess. Leave your comments down below, because the facts are still unknown and I don't want to just judge people or make assumptions. But if I had to put my money on it, I think I would just probably put on the guy's side. That's obviously my personal opinion. Let me know yours in the comment section. Next, we have a video showing a man attempting to capture tarsiers and placing them inside of a cage. The Department of Environmental Natural Resources said in a statement on Wednesday, April 10th, that they already investigated the matter and the two tarsiers were already released by the vlogger. Here's the official statement that was released. You can go ahead and pause it if you want to read the official statement. Personally, I've seen tarsiers. They're adorable. They're super cute. They're small, but if you ever go see them in their natural habitat, they tell you to be quiet. They are actually nocturnal, as I can remember, and they're very sensitive. They actually can die, from what I hear, from just stress alone. So this man is out there grabbing them like this, moving them around. Let me know if you've ever seen a tarsier. They're beautiful. They're really cute. I've seen them in Bohol. They're fantastically unique to the Philippines, and they got these big old eyes, look like aliens. And yeah, they're just super cute and adorable. And I hope people can be more aware of the laws, the rules, and just how these animals behave, so maybe they can go ahead and avoid making videos like that. Oh yeah, how could I forget? Today is April 10th. Happy Eid. Eid Mubarak to all my Muslim friends that are celebrating the end of the fasting month. So yeah, happy Eid to you in the Philippines, all around the world. Enjoy this day and enjoy that big fancy dinner and meal. And yeah, have a good one. Some big news for the public utility vehicles, those jeepneys that you see all around the Philippines. The deadline for that is April 30th. The Philippines government is not extending the April 30 deadline for consolidation of the public utility jeepneys in the country under the PUV modernization program. The PUMVP, which was launched in 2017, aims to improve the country's transport system by phasing out the jeepneys, buses, and PUVs that are at least 15 years old and replacing them with safer, more comfortable, and more environmentally friendly alternatives. It was originally targeted to be implemented in 2020, but has been repeatedly delayed and protests of several transportation groups. By consolidating, the PUV operators are required to join transportation cooperatives or corporations. These cooperatives have 2 or 3 years to replace their vehicles with a modern units that have at least a Euro 4 compliant engine or an electric engine to lessen pollution. They will be able to receive government subsidy, which is between 200,000 pesos and 300,000 pesos per vehicle, to help them cope financially, as well as access bank financing, etc., etc. Look at here, man. I don't know about global warming. I'm not going to tell you what has happened or what hasn't happened. Of course, it's getting hotter. That's not a question. And it's not a question that humans are polluting the air to some degree with these factories, cars, all that stuff. But remember, not everybody has the money to go buy a brand new electric jeepney, or whatever. And even for my own country, Canada, the prime minister is passing all these taxes for carbon, all this BS. What about these big corporations? What about these countries that don't participate? It's not like if you go ahead and make your own area of air safer, it's the whole world, right? There's a whole bunch of behind nonsense that I just don't agree with. I don't have the patience, the know-how. I just know something's wrong here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go ahead and litter on the streets or throw garbage somewhere or don't improve if you can't, but you're just affecting people's livelihood. As a government, I feel like if you want this for the Philippines, for Canada, for any country, you have to provide the people with a car or the jeepney you want them to drive. I don't know. A lot of these people are just barely making ends meet. You can't. It's just too much. You're going to help me get finance for a new car? Well, who's going to pay for it? I'm still going to have to pay for this whole thing, right? And then what does that do? They're going to increase the jeepney ride fare so they can make up that money. Eventually, the whole thing just becomes I don't know. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know where I fall under this, whether I support the government or the jeepney drivers, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know I'm rambling. I know there's way too much to cover in this topic, but that's just the latest. April 30th, no more extensions for PUV drivers. Some quick news. Moveit driver and their back rider. So Moveit is like a motorcycle taxi. You can use it. I use it a lot, actually. So I'm bringing this news to you so you can be careful if you consider using these motorcycle taxis anywhere in Southeast Asia. To be sure you wear a helmet to make sure it's strapped on. And I don't know what else to say. I know I use it myself. It is a risk, definitely, but unfortunately, the Moveit rider and their back rider has passed away in Cebu City after hitting the Santa Island on the road. So just keep that in mind next time you consider taking one of those. Lastly, some Thailand airport news. Passenger service charges rise at 6 airports. So international travel passengers, basically for these 6 airports, they're going to increase the passenger service charge by about 30 baht, which is just under $1 USD. You may not notice it at all because it usually gets tagged onto the end of your ticket, the airplane ticket. And that's it. Those are the top news from around the Philippines and Thailand and neighboring countries. Oh, one last quick thing is the American parents of a school shooter got sentenced to 10 to 15 years prison. One of the first kind of prison sentences where the parents of a minor actually got sentenced to jail for the minor committing a crime as horrendous as that, because they had many chances of addressing the situation. Apparently they bought on the gun. And I know I'm speaking very fast, but I thought I could bring that unprecedented ruling regarding school shootings in the US. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second, but it helps me grow this channel and bring you more content daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.